to stream right now. So, well, yeah. I mean, if you say that that the French descend from the Pelasgians, then obviously they're related to the Albanians.
Yeah,
There's
I mean,
even
without yeah.
yeah, there's even if I'm not mistaken, like I've seen videos and stuff talking about it. There's even like communities in France that descend from Albanian mercenaries that still retain some old Albanian traditions
Oh
and
shit!
language.
I
Yeah,
never heard about that.
yeah. I don't know if I can find it.
Well,
I can see if I can find it.
yeah, if you find it back, maybe the place in France where they are
Yeah,
and shit.
exactly. Albanians in France. Okay, so there's a bunch of info on
Yeah,
Wikipedia
because
as
there are a
well.
lot of immigrants. I have
Yeah,
myself friends. You know, in university, I make friends, Albanian friends.
yeah,
Like the Albanian, when they want to educate their children, they go to France, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Like
Makes sense. Yeah,
where they want, because before the educated people were all speaking French, and so they have this image of France, the Albanian, and if they want to educate their children, they're gonna go France, not
no,
Germany.
yeah. I know
Like
some
the
I
like
know
the
quite
like
like
the mafia, the Albanian mafia is everywhere, but in France.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I have
yeah, like everywhere in the world. In France, you have only the good Albanians, bro. You have like,
it seems that way. Yeah, that's interesting actually. I mean, you know, they're but I have quite a few friends, Albanian friends that live in France on Facebook. So,
okay, you know a lot of Albanian
and there's
living in
even like
France. And
there's a couple of pretty big accounts that post like information and stuff that are. I think even this there's one page is called Fustanella paintings, and he posts like old art, like paintings and stuff of Albanians and Greek warriors and things like that, and basically historical stuff. And I'm not sure if that's true, but I thought he was based in France as well.
bro, there's something I don't get about Albania, Croatia, um, the all those countries. Um, they seem to are so much into history.
Hmm. Well,
Like it
exactly.
seems
That's
so
yeah,
important. It seems so important to the young people,
yeah. It's
and
the same here in
it's
Greece, though. It's but it's about it's kind of a Balkan thing, but I think like Greece and Albania
it
are like
looks
the
it,
and
it looks like they were brainwashed on the history level so strongly that now it's very important because they've made that a big subject, like to divide between Serbians and I don't know who, and
for
you
sure,
know
yeah.
and
Mm.
they're just like fighting. No, no, we are the greatest country in the fucking world, and the same with Turks and Kurds.
Well,
I knew
yeah.
some Kurds here, and they're like Kurd is everything is Kurd, and Muhammad is Kurd and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, look, the thing is, I believe that the
And
Balkan.
like the average guy, the average no paper, he's here with no immigrant Kurd. I'm gonna have like passionate history talks with him.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, like, I suspect that the Balkans are actually like one of the most contested areas where these new identities were being imposed. Let's say,
Yeah, it was like
on
very
such a
important. It
yeah.
was like maybe it was like like the how like the nursery of the military, or I don't know, like the back base of the military system, or do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 for sure. I think so, at least. But like, what the how do you say? It's no coincidence, for example, that we talk about Balkanization, right? Balkanization, you know the word when you split up.
Yeah, because of the Balkans, because
Yeah,
what
exactly.
happens
Yeah,
to the Balkans? Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. So, so basically, what they did when the Ottoman Empire fell is they started creating all these new identities and subcategorizations to create these different nations in our area in the Balkan Peninsula, which was, by the way, originally known as the Illyrian Peninsula in Byzantine times, and as the Turks named it the Balkans. So the Balkans is like
Albania,
hmm? Sorry,
the Albanian Peninsula,
the Illyrian Peninsula.
or Illyrian Peninsula,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. But Illyrians, so the Illyrians are generally accepted to have been the ancestors of the Albanians and the Croatians,
So
but
the
mostly the
Illyrian
Albanians.
Peninsula will be like the whole west part,
No,
west
no, the,
side of.
the the Illyrian Peninsula is the entirety of the Balkans, all the way down to Greece.
Okay, so you will be like from Slovenia okay.
Yeah, essentially, yeah, yeah. Um, where was I going with this?
That's such
But yeah,
such
so
weird
they
place.
started creating all these identities, and that's like, and so it's kind of tough to say, because like obviously the Serbs and the Bulgarians and the Hungarians, they all come from the Caucasus regions. They're basically Tartars, and
But you can see how the you because it's so much easier to just build on something existent, to just renovating than to build everything back. So, for
true.
example, it's obvious the Soviet Union just continued something that was already there, like this big union of all these people.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
And
it,
it's interesting because let me show you something. Let me see screencasts, and I'll try to share it
on
on the stream
Telegram.
as well on the video.
Yeah.
Let's see which screen should I do. This one, okay. And then I'm gonna change window capture. Okay, sorry about that. It's gonna take a little
Oh my god.
while. You had an Albanian regiment as well, as you can see.
Yeah, and did you knew that the borders actually of all the fucking Balkans, Albania, Croatia, everything, what they put like we say in French, born like they put like I don't know how to say like signals like with like big rocks in the ground. They plant it so for the terrain, for the borders and stuff.
So I'm not sure I understand what you mean. The rocks?
The dragons of Napoleon,
Uh huh.
they have delimited the whole borders of all the Balkans.
Yeah.
But materially, like they went there on horses and like put the rocks, like here is the border, here is the border, and
Yeah, yeah,
make
yeah.
make and map everything.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's no coincidence either because they played a huge role in creating these identities. What was I gonna show you, by the way? I forgot.
Albanian regiment of France, he's just right here, I'm seeing
Yeah, no,
it.
no. That I already had that one open. I was going try. I wanted to show you something else, but I don't remember what it was. I think it had to do with the Serbs and Hungarians. We were talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through that Albanian regiment, right?
Yeah, that's also interesting. So the thing about that is like Albanians, like from the Middle Ages onwards, like from the 14th, maybe 13th century, all the way up to the 17th, 18th, were renowned mercenaries, just like the Swiss, for example,
Mm.
and which is interesting, by the way, because they're both alpine races, both mountaineers, Highlanders, and they were, and you also had Scottish mercenaries, and they were
Yeah,
also alpine. People.
today we
So
still also French has his best military group.
yeah,
One of his best was the Alpine
okay, yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, the
Alpine
Alpine
the
regiment or something. Let's say.
yeah, they were like with the ski and stuff like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's pretty
They so
badass. Yeah,
badass, bro. They so badass militaries, bro. And they were watching the borders and shit, like during the conflicts and stuff.
yeah, makes sense.
They're really,
Yeah.
really, really badass regiment. And you have the same in Italy. They
Hmm.
have a Alpine regiment too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And on the mountains, like on the borders, you can still see everything about it.
yeah.
It's
Hmm.
very, very
Well,
amazing.
it's
And today we can see also how the mountain people are mercenaries with the Chechens.
yeah, yeah, true. And I mean, it makes sense because the whole thing is that mountaineers don't have arable land. They can't produce food. So what they do is they go down and they raid villages. That's their whole way of life. You know, they live in the mountains. They raid the the
Then they
villages,
go up
steal their
when
food, and so
okay,
they're warrior people. You know, it's just their way of life. So that's
yeah,
why they are so popular in this regard. But it's interesting how they have different tactics. So the Albanians, for example, the Albanian stratioti, that's what they were called. It's a Greek word. It means soldier, basically. They were like light cavalry, while, for example, the Swiss were like footmen, were like infantrymen with pikes and stuff. And the Scottish were also infantry, but they had those giant claymores, those giant swords, and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting how that, they still have different styles.
yeah.
Let's say,
That's interesting how the Chechen are horsemen, but not the other ones.
Yeah, the Albanians are horsemen too. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So they're light cavalry. So they usually they went out. Wait, I can show you. I can show you some pictures and stuff. I
Mm.
hope.
You know
Stratioti.
the Alpine villages of France are the most high villages in whole
Where?
Europe. In the whole Europe.
The in Switzerland, you mean?
In France, you have
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm.
the highest inhabited village in Europe.
Yeah. But so here we have some Stratioti.
They look
16,
like magic
1660s.
medicine stuff
Yeah,
here.
they look
I'm telling you.
like wizards, with those weird hats and stuff. And this is pretty strange too because like you don't see like these outfits are no longer worn in Albania, and it's
And they don't look
but
to
they
be
also
like
have so
fitted
they
to oh yeah, that is a work suit, but a war suit, but the other one don't fit like to for war.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you
Well,
can't
they so as you can see, they were also horse archers, right? And
yeah.
this is a typical Scythian thing. We get this from the Tartars. The,
Yeah,
you know,
other people gonna say it's a Mongolian culture or I don't know whatever nomads. For me, it's nomad culture,
yeah,
nomadic. Because there are all kind of that's an interesting subject by the way. Like, what the fuck is this horseman archery and diving culture, swimming culture? If you look, they just added a new discipline in the Olympics this year.
yeah.
I think it's called the pentathlon.
Sorry, the
Pentathlon.
the
The
pentathlon.
pentathlon.
The pentathlon existed for a long time already.
They just put it back right now. Like it wasn't. They just rehabilitated it.
Oh, okay.
Pentathlon is like archery,
Yeah.
horsery,
Swimming.
swimming, And what you
Fencing.
do yourself with
Fencing.
like the
Yeah,
sword,
yeah, fencing.
fencing. Yeah,
Escrime.
isn't that's exactly the hadith of the Prophet Muhammad,
Huh?
which say it's a hadith of the Prophet Muhammad,
Yeah.
and that's led to it's also called the Islamic cavalry, which is called the Futuwa.
Mm-hmm.
It has been very preserved by the Shia, the Shiite people, but in the Sunni it had disappeared right now. But the cavalry exists in Islam and it comes from the Prophet. And the
Yeah.
Prophet in the Hadith had said, teach to your boys cavalry, archery, and swimming.
Hmm. Yeah, and
And
sword
now
fighting as well, I guess. But that comes with
yeah,
the
I mean,
cavalry,
sword
I guess.
fighting
Yeah.
is like, yeah, let's say sword fighting is includes the cavalry, let's say,
Yeah, yeah,
and you have archery, and the pentathlon is exactly this thing,
yeah.
exactly,
And
and
you know what's interesting as well? Pentathlon
mhm.
fencers are the best fencers in the world.
Oh, they're better than the fencers,
Than the
like
fencers, yeah. And you know what the reason is for that? The reason is that
say bigger.
in the pentathlon you only score 1 point. So in other fencing competitions you have like 5 points, so you have plenty of time to make a point, lose a point, or like have it's kind of like But in pentathlon you win if you score 1 point. So they are much more focused on avoiding getting hit and scoring that 1 point rather than playing a whole match.
Okay, so the ruling system make the discipline more harder in the pentathlon than in the regular one where they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
touch
yeah,
each other.
exactly, yeah. And we've done that at in fencing class as well. Just score one
It's
point.
more fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's well, I wouldn't say it's more fun. It's actually because
Let's say it's more close
it's a
to the
lot
truth.
it's a lot harder because you don't you don't have the time to see what your opponent is. You don't have the time to adapt to your opponent. You have to be really sharp
Okay,
in.
yeah,
You have to
you have to
create
throw
that
it
time
all
for
in one.
yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
By
like
not getting hit. Yeah.
is it more close to the truth, right?
Well, yeah,
To
for
like
sure. I
the
mean,
root.
if you get hit by a sword, you die normally. Well, not always, but like generally, especially like a rapier, like a piercing sword, if it goes through you, like no matter where it hits, like if it hits your chest, you're dead.
Yeah.
If it hits your stomach, you're there's no way to heal that. There's no way to fix that. If it's a slash,
There's a
if
guy.
it's a slashing
There's a
sword,
guy
it's
in the.
different.
You remember that guy in the Olympic? He was a French guy, and he just was pierced by a javelot.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Where in his?
in the actual competition,
Yeah, okay, but where in his body? I mean, did he survive?
he was pierced like in the trunk, bro,
God damn.
like from the back, and
Yeah.
uh, and he survived.
Okay, thank God for that.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah. But so
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh
and
yeah, you see how the pentathlon very close to that culture of like I think it's nomadic culture because you have swimming for sailors
Mhm.
and you have obviously the other ones.
Yeah. All right. Let me show you the. I don't remember what I wanted to show you, but let me show you the Illyrian Peninsula and stuff. Oh yeah, you at the Illyrian provinces as well of the French Empire. Hmm. Okay, wait.
Oh, Illyrian provinces of the
Oh,
French
it doesn't
Empire.
show.
I
Wait,
never
what?
never knew that.
Well, okay, let's look that up. That's interesting as well. Illyrian provinces. There you go. But that's just this part. It's not that far down.
Okay, I see. It's Napoleon, that motherfucker. I have
Yeah,
taken the whole
obviously,
Europe.
yeah, yeah. So I was just watching a video earlier today about how the French under Napoleon created the Hellenic identity for the Greeks, right? Because they were
Yeah.
previously known as Greci, as Greeks, or as Romans.
Oh, that makes so much more sense,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. The Greeks are Romans.
It's
There's no like Hellenism is a fiction that they've created,
for sure, bro.
and
For sure. I'm really
yeah.
because
And
the because
it's not like it
the
didn't
fucking
exist per se, but they've created a different, and the whole thing is the reason why I think they did do that is
they
because
doubled
they
up the stuff.
sorry.
They doubled up the thing and shit.
Yeah, yeah, it's tough to say because the thing is like I suspect that it has all to do with like their own descent from the tribes of Dan that went through Greece, basically. That I've told that story in my presentation about the
Mm,
Arvanites, right?
yeah.
But so the thing is like all these nations, like the big powers, and specifically the ones that I'm aware of that have this identity are Rome, allegedly at least. France, the Merovingians claim to descend from the Trojans. Britain claim to descend from the Trojans. And there's other indications as well
So
that the tribe of
the
Dan
Trojan.
was,
You're saying the Trojans, right?
yeah,
Of
yeah,
Troy.
of Troy,
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
They
even have,
say they flew when they was defeated. They flew to Europe and they
they fled,
created
yeah.
the Europe Hellenistic civilization.
Exactly, that's what I think too. So,
That's what they
um,
say. Like
that's,
in the myths, it's not like really. Yeah,
yeah,
that's what's we learn
that's also
in
the
his.
British creation myth, basically, that they descend from Brutus of Troy.
Okay.
And that he defeated like Gog Magog the giant and things like that. So
Oh my
yeah, that's
God.
pretty wild. But so what I how I view it is that basically that's the reason why the Western powers are so invested in protecting Kosovo, because Kosovo is the cradle of the Trojan of the Dardanian civilization, and the Dardanians are the tribe of Dan. Uh, and so so there basically when the Ottoman Empire fell, you had two interpretations of what Greece is, let's say. So the one was the Roman Christian Orthodox interpretation, which was that the Greeks are Romans, Roman citizens. And we refer to them as Romi in Greek, which means the same thing. Um, and obviously that Constantinople, or the Byzantine Empire as we call it now, the Roman Empire, was the cradle of the Greek civilization. While the Western powers, they believe that the Greeks descend from the Hellenes, which partially may be true. There may be an element still that survives, and all that stuff. But nobody
Can I
spoke Greek anymore,
can I share my can I share my screen to you? I think I can
Of
on
course.
Telegram. I do
Let me
that,
just see if I can.
but I don't know how to do it.
It should be on your screen. There should be like a screencast, like a button. Wait,
Yeah,
wait. I'll share my screen so you can see what I mean.
yeah, yeah,
Here,
definitely.
this one. So you have a button to start a video to open your webcam. I could turn this one on too.
So I have only like it say flip.
So what?
It says flip. Oh, let me see. Let me do something. No, it's not here. Instead, I have another thing. I have like it says flip.
Flip?
Yeah, like flip the
Yeah, flip the
fucking
screen. Yeah, 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 okay. Hmm. Interesting.
Telegram. Need to access. Enable. How to. I've done it the last time we spoke together. Let me search it on Google. Or you can type the wheel of D. the wheel of D,
The wheel
and
of.
then of D, the letter D,
Aha.
and then you just add one piece. You add one piece
Okay.
because it's in One Piece story, so
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
most famous
Ah, the will
manga
of
of the
D.
world.
Okay. I heard the wheel. Or I. Let's see. What is this? The will of D. Inherit the surrounding members of Clan D, who bear the middle initial D. So that's like clan. That's like the tribe of Dan.
Yeah, I was like linking it like in One Piece you have all those big guys, big person that's made history and they're like big characters in the world and they have a big will and they like their destiny is to be part of history.
Yeah.
And they all have this D in their names.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how you know them, and
Gold.
sometimes they don't show it. But so, for example, the main character, his name is Monkey D. Luffy.
Ah, so he's from the clan of D. Ah, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he's basically so it's the whole story. It's like all the other all the other animes, all the other mangas, but it has reached a point today. It's very long. It has
Yeah, I know. I know.
It
Hmm.
has 1,000 chapters, and today like the history was like comparable to the other one, just more rich.
Hmm.
But today it has took a whole other term this last year, and everything is the whole story is now clarified, and Luffy is the Messiah figure. He's gonna save
Ah,
the world.
bro, this
He's
is
got
like this ties in so nicely with all I've said about the tribe of Dan and how the Antichrist is expected to come from the tribe of Dan and all that stuff. So I
bro.
talked about that
It's amazing.
in
It's
my
amazing. Uh,
yeah,
and
and
so
not
he's
only
he's
that, the like uh the Albanians were pirates too. It's also part of the thing, and they're related to the Berbers because the Berbers are also of Pelasgian descent. Because we know that the Pelasgian element spread all across the Mediterranean coast. So
Mediterranean.
North Africa
Yeah.
and stuff is also related, and that's also why even today you see like, so for example the kaftan and stuff. The kaftan, right? Is that the name? Like those traditional Algerian dresses that the women wear and stuff.
Yeah.
You see a lot of similarities with Kosovar bridal dresses and things like that. Let's see,
Bro, oh,
Kosovo.
bro, I'm gonna share the video to see. I think I have to share the video first. Let me
Let
see.
me see if
No,
I can
it's
here.
oh, wait,
You can
wait.
find some nice examples. Of how the Kosovo women.
Um, I'm just gonna hang on and go back because I don't see your screen no more.
I
Okay?
wasn't
Once.
sharing it. Wait, wait, wait. No, no need to do that. I wasn't
Oh,
sharing the
okay, okay.
screen. I had closed it because I was. Sorry, yeah, I
Oh,
forgot. So you have.
no, no,
So this one is, for example, very typical. That looks a lot like the kaftan, right?
fuck.
Can you see it?
Fire shot. Yeah, I see. Oh, yeah. Oh, type in Algerian marriage dresses.
Before I do that, you also have this tradition.
Oh my God, that's look like the guy who has lepra in the
Yeah,
movie we both like.
yeah. So there's some regions like in across the Balkans actually where they paint the brides, for the wedding ceremony. They paint them like this, and they have this their whole face like.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't know. I think it's kind of pretty too. It can be, it depends kind of how it's done. But they do also do this in Kosovo.
Yeah, it's the whitening of the face,
Yeah,
so they draw on it. That is weird.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Oh
okay,
my God.
Algerian wedding.
Algerian traditional wedding dresses. Yeah, Algerian wedding dresses.
Yeah, or wedding gown or whatever. Yeah, 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 yeah. See,
Bro, bro.
it's pretty similar. Yeah,
Yeah, we have all those stores in France that
but
sell this kind of.
so there's like
And you can
the
type also type Comorian bride.
sorry,
Look how
Comorian.
Yeah, Comoro, like from the Comoro Islands. You know,
Is that? Wait.
yeah, Comorian.
Okay.
You can just type bride, so you find
Yeah.
because now you're not finding it. That's not it. That's not it.
Ah. Okay.
You
Okay.
because it's black woman. Like
Ah. I see. Yeah. 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 But so the thing is, there are Serbian propagandists and stuff like that who claim that the
mm.
Albanians are Berbers and stuff. But what they don't understand is how that doesn't actually
Me, what I
disprove
think, what
that.
I think. You
Yeah.
can let me type Roman ruins, Algerian Roman ruins. Bro, the most beautiful Roman ruins are in Algeria and Tunisia, bro.
Mm. Oh,
We
that
have the
doesn't
most
surprise me because
beautiful.
they, yeah,
We have this all from
allegedly they
my
were Phoenician.
I mean, I could send you the photos like 20 kilometers from my village, and it's not close to the sea. It's very deep in the lands, like
Mm.
in the mountains.
Mm.
And we have like some of most of the 20 minutes from where I'm from, we have like some unique ruins. You can type look at Constantine, Algeria. Like look up the city, bro. And it was also the Roman were lived there also.
Sorry, it's also where?
Like it was also an antique city.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah.
Bro, it's
It's
on the
all up in the
mountains.
mountains. Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
Like from the sky and shit, you see the city. It's amazing.
that's crazy, dude. Yeah.
And you have a lot of so what I think myself, like going through these parts of the world, knowing what is Greece, the Roman ruins of France, of all, Spain. The whole coast of Spain is full of Roman ruins. Everywhere you
Mm.
dig,
Yeah.
there's Roman ruins. They have hide it because of the estates, real estates here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah. Exactly. But
because
it's
they
not.
don't wanna.
Yeah.
Because
But
when you
I mean,
find
they've
ruins, you cannot.
obfuscated the history as well because I don't think the Romans were who they say they were, and
For sure.
I don't
I
even
and I
think there
think they're
was a
more
difference.
recent.
I don't even think there was a difference between Rome and Carthage. I think they were the same people,
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
all this whole
Same,
Phoenician
same, same,
thing.
same,
Yeah, that's all the
same.
Phoenicians.
Like those, all those ruin, uh, um, uh, are from the same empire. It's not the Athens thing, and those ruins we see. It's the same
Yeah,
empire.
and I also think that the correct name for the Roman Empire is actually Phoenician Empire. I think they were the
I
Phoenicians.
just
I don't think.
remember, bro,
Yeah.
in my little village in Algeria, like not even 20 kilometers, we have those ruins, but we have therms everywhere, Roman therms everywhere.
Mm.
And when you go to them there, they say the Romans were using it to
To what?
the Roman therms, waters and
Uh,
therms, thermal waters, thermal place.
you mean like
Where
hot springs or something?
yeah, the water is therapeutic, so they
Yeah,
made
exactly.
bath.
Hot springs. Yeah,
They
yeah, yeah.
they made bath and shit in the places where the
Yeah.
water is therapeutic, and so you have it all in Spain, all in Italy, all the Mediterranean uh, place. I think it's all the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think it's just how history went and where the people could still live and where the Roman Empire still lived and where he didn't, and how things then happened, till now. Let's say
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
maybe
So
Greece. Maybe Greece was like one of the last place they were allowed to live, or I don't know. Maybe it was North Africa because there were pirates there still very recent, or maybe it was something else.
well, I think there are still
So
pockets that survive in all over the place.
definitely,
But
maybe
yeah,
the nobles, because
yeah.
you have the nobles, you have different parts of an empire.
Mm. Yeah.
Let's say the Romans was this big empire, and now so for example, my theory, you found out, I found it out very true in very much places, is like you have the coastline. So for example, here in Spain, the coastline was not inhabited 100 years ago. No one lived on the coasts. Why? Because they're fucking afraid of raids and shit. They all lived in the lands. Did you know that?
They all, sorry? They,
They all lived in the lands.
which lands?
No, never on the coastline in Spain, for example.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Because 100 years ago, no one lives in the coastline.
Hmm.
All they all made villages. If they are near to the sea, but never on the coastline, like they have to be a bit far so they see the people coming.
Yeah.
Because and all
Okay.
those villages, they're founded like after,
Hmm.
and they were paid. The government paid people to found village. They were giving out free lands on all the coastline of Spain, so people stopped living in the village with fear. And hundred like the whole 20th century was like this. And so, for example, I'm telling you, my grandmother is Spanish, so it's my story in my village in Spain is this story. It was founded by my grandmother and father, and they were giving out free land on the coastline
Ah,
because the
okay.
coastline was inhabited, and they were
Was uninhabited,
we
you
have
mean?
to,
Or
huh?
the coastline was uninhabited, you mean?
Yeah, like no people,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
cause they were afraid of raids for some reason,
Yeah,
and
okay.
like
Makes sense.
the state give out all those lands that they're like now don't worry, it's good. And so they made all those coastline villages
Yeah.
with people. The people left out the lands and went on the coast.
Hmm.
And I don't know why they were afraid like that to be on the coastline. You see, and so my theory is like, for example, Algeria, because when you follow David Ewing Jr., like people flew from, like they were running out from Inquisition.
Yeah.
So now, and the Inquisition follow them.
Hmm.
They follow them because the Inquisition went everywhere on the globe.
Of course. Yeah.
The Inquisition were in the Pacific Islands. They went there and they were killing people there. And they were dying too. A lot of Christians died in the Pacific, eaten by savages.
Yeah.
And so my theory was, and you can see it in Algeria, even in the people. Like you have three lands. You have the coastline, which is the merchants and the warriors, the
Yeah.
pirates.
Hmm.
Then you have the highlands, because Algeria is like you have the coastline, you have the mountains, and then you have the deserts, beginning of the fucking Sahara Desert.
Of course. Yeah.
But you have these whole mountains, which also constitutes the lands, the farmlands.
Hmm.
And you have high mountains and low mountains. But so when you quit, you start going into the lands, you have the mountains.
Hmm.
And so you have the pirates, the merchants on the coastline. You have the sedentary, the workers, like the middle class, you know, in the
On the highlands.
working. Hmm?
On the highlands.
Yeah, on the mountains.
Hmm.
They are in the mountains, in the farming lands, the farmers.
Hmm.
The farmers, the educated people and shit. And then you have the wanted people by the Inquisition.
Yeah.
They go in the desert.
Yeah.
So let's say the elites, the nomads.
Yeah.
Nomads always are the elites.
Is that so?
For sure.
In
The
what?
nobles the nobles before were nomads. Where and they nomads, they don't work, they just hunt.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
go from city to city, they're nobles.
Yeah.
And you have and the sedentary is the how we say
It's
the
the lower
peasants.
class,
Yeah, the lower class.
the middle class, yeah, or the
Mm, mm,
yeah.
mm, mm, mm. It's very known. The nobles are the because today
Well,
it's
okay. I
reverse.
mean, you have
Even
nobles.
today,
So okay, let's put it this way. Okay, I do agree that the aristocracy is like a nomadic class. Let's say. So what they do is basically
even
because they're
today,
not tied to one nationality, so they intermarry with nobles from
yeah,
other countries, and
even
they
today, it's a name we give to the elite, like the nomadic elite. Like it's a name, like we can you can give it's like one of the characteristic of the elite of today. They're totally nomads.
yeah, yeah, but they're not nomads in the sense that they live in tents. They're not Bedouins.
No,
They're not. See, so it's not exactly the same thing. I mean, there are similar principles, but what I actually think, is that the elites they descend from the Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians are nomadic in that sense because they traveled all over the place. They were merchants, um, and they intermarried. So, and what they did basically is they found these hotspots. They founded these hotspots. Um, Created a civilization, see how it went. They did their experiments, and then they went on to the next place and stuff like that. And what they there's also a specific
definitely.
method to what they do.
And you know why? You know why? It for me it comes from the very primordial tradition. And that's a whole topic to discuss. It's Abel and Cable. How to say
Cain and Abel, yeah, yeah,
Cain and Abel.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so they made both a sacrifice to God,
Mm-hmm.
a present,
Yeah,
and God accept one and not accept the other.
yeah.
Why? Why? In the rabbinic tradition, Abel is a nomad, and Cain
Mm.
is a
Cain
sedentary,
is the sedentary, yeah.
and
There
he
is a
gives the
twist there,
and
though. There is a twist, and let me explain that to you because I have the perfect theory for the Cain and Abel story. Because if you pay attention to what happens, you know, Cain kills his brother, and God punishes him. But how does he punish him? He makes him immortal. He lives forever, and nobody can harm him. How is that a punishment? All right. So
yeah,
what
that's the
happens?
same way with the
What
devil.
happens?
It's not
What happens with Cain and Abel? Okay, God demands a blood sacrifice. He wants flesh. Yeah. So Cain, Cain is a farmer. All he has is the fruit of his labor. Let's say is like his harvest. Abel, on the other hand, is a how do you say a herder. Let's say a shepherd.
a shepherd. He's a
Yeah, yeah,
shepherd.
yeah. There's a specific word
He's
for
a,
that, but I can't think of it right now.
I mean, he's a
He does
shepherd.
animal husbandry basically. So what happens is Cain he makes his offering. You know, after Abel's offering has been received, he makes his offering with his harvest. God refuses his offering. So what does he do? He sacrifices his most precious possession, his own brother. That's the twist. It's human sacrifice, and that's why he gets. You know, his punishment is actually a reward. Well, it's not a reward, but you know what I mean. He becomes immortal. God gives him the mark of Cain, and he says, "You're going to wander the earth for all eternity." Blah blah blah, and nobody will be able to touch you until the day of judgment. And then you have this whole, you know, Canaanite tradition that comes forth from that, you know, with human sacrifice and this and that, this whole Babylon tradition and all that stuff that comes from that event. That's what I believe, at least. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. Because the one thing very interesting when you think about it is, cause Cable, Cain is called. I call him Cable because in Arabic his name is Qabil.
Kabil.
Yeah, it's Qabil wa Habil. Qabil wa Habil. Habil is Abel, and Qabil is Cain.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, interesting.
And Qabil means a tribe in Arabic.
Mm.
That's why we are called Kabil.
Yeah.
The Berbers are called Kabil. You know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kabil,
No.
Kabil means a tribe.
Mm.
You can type Kabyl. Mm.
The Kabyle people. Okay, interesting. Wait, let me share the screen. Interesting.
Ethnic groups indigenous to Kabylia, and Kabil means tribe. Just
Mm.
means tribe.
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
So
that's a
when you say,
badass photo. Picture.
y- yeah,
I,
that's
I I love warrior women, man. That's so badass. We also have
bro,
a
bro,
we
bro.
have
Read the underscreen. It's Leila Fatma. We know her very well. She's like
Puerto Rican
a
resistance
hero
history.
for us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have we like in like
You know why? You know why 51, 57?
no.
Because the French entered in 30. They took Algiers in officially in 1830,
Mm,
and but they took Constantine, the city I've showed you, in the lands, in the mountains,
mm,
which was a city in the mountains
mm.
and a fortified city. They took it also in 51.
Yeah.
And in the mountains, you have the Kabyl, and the Kabyl they resisted, such as Leila Fatma, and you have also uh, you have also
We have a
what you showing?
similar figure here in Greece.
Oh,
Peristera Kracha, and she Kraka, sorry. She
she's
was a
badass too with this
Macedonian
fucking.
warrioress who started killing Turks because they killed her husband.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's another one like that in Italy as well, and she's also Arboresh in this case, but I don't remember. Let's see if I can find her. See if I can find her.
Type
No, I
please,
can't
bro.
find it. Sorry. What?
Type Dihya.
Bihya.
Yeah, with a D, a D.
Ah, okay. And then a
Uh,
Y,
and an A, an A,
an A.
A. Yeah,
Ah, that's the Berber woman, the one we saw
yeah. That's
earlier.
A Berber figure. True. Go on Wiki so you understand. Go on like not images, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
normal Google.
Kahina, it says now.
Yeah, the Kahina. Look at the
Okay,
Kahina.
also known as Dia, Berber warrior queen in Audes. Ah, oh,
She
interesting.
fought against the Muslims. She nearly stopped the Muslim invasion.
Hmm. And we also have Queen, like the Albanians have Queen Teuta. Wait, there's some pictures of her as well. But Queen Teuta, she resisted the Roman invasion. Let's see, Teuta. Here, there's some nice sculptures of her and stuff as well, like this one.
Interesting things too. I've showed you, I think, already, but you can type Jedi's. So we look at the how they dress.
Yeah,
Look like
they look like Berbers or something. Yeah,
yeah, they have specific dress. Look at Obi-Wan and like Samuel Jackson,
yeah,
how
yeah.
they dress.
Mm.
And now you can type Bournous, Bournous. Look the two Algerian back, just under, like on the
It's
left.
without the
On the left,
wait.
you had it. So look, yeah, no, look like the on. Go on the left with your yeah. Go down. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, I see what you
And
mean.
up you have one is called Burnus wool on the middle screen in the middle just
Ah,
under
here,
this one.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah.
that's Perse. That's the that is it. It's come from camel hair,
Mm.
and that's very specific. Now, you know, in Algeria, the average salary is just 100 euro, but that's the original one. It costs 800 euro, bro.
Jesus.
Because now it's very expensive, bro. I have every old guy, my grandfather, everyone knows that in Algeria. It's like all the old people, they're all wearing that. All.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the thing, you know.
Hmm.
Because it can be very cold there, you know, and that keeps you from the cold.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's a
It's
very
cold at night,
specific.
right?
It's isn't that like all the wizards they wearing this,
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah. Of
the
course. Yeah, yeah.
and look at the very specific, just like the last line I can see on your screen. You have a mannequin with the thing on, just
Which
at
one?
the left, right one, right? Yeah, no, on the right. Yeah, this one.
Ah, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
no, not this one. No, not this one. The on the left of this one. Yeah. Look at the specific thing on the hat. This
What?
is a very specific bonus. This is the one. You look
Yeah.
in camel or dromedary hair. This is the real one, bro.
Mm.
And look at it's the fucking thing of the Jedi's they put in. It's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing.
For sure. Yeah.
It's
So that's
exactly
the
the
Futu.
thing. Look under. It
Yeah,
is the perfect dress. Look under. You have all the under this one. It's this one, bro.
yeah, yeah.
This is the one we all have. It's the traditional one. All the magician in the movies wear that. By the way, the most famous magician is Albuni, the Algerian guy, even today.
Yeah.
And there's something, bro, with the Jedi's and why they wear that and shit. And they're and where hides where hide where they hide the promised child?
We also
Uh,
have the white mage from Final Fantasy. This reminded me of
yeah.
that last photo I saw. Generally, Final Fantasy is pretty interesting because they have white mages and black mages and red and green mages and stuff like that. But white
Mm,
and black are generally the most common because the black mages are like they control like the elements, so they can throw fireballs and things like that, while the white mages are healers, so they can heal you and stuff,
mm,
or and do buffs and blessings and stuff like that.
yeah.
Pretty interesting. I think all those things are archetypes that have seeped into our
And if
culture.
you know Star Wars well, Anakin Skywalker, he's the baby, uh, is is the baby. Sorry, Luke is the baby. Anakin is the chosen one.
Mm.
Anakin Skywalker. It's not Luke the chosen one. It's Anakin the chosen one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They say by the Force and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he where do they find him? On which
On the
planet?
desert, yeah, yeah. On
And
Tatooine.
and where was filmed the thing? In Tunisia,
Hmm.
in the village of Tatooine.
Yeah.
Tatooine is a village in Tunisia.
So it's actually called that. Interesting.
Yeah, Tatooine. You type it Tatooine.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's in
Tatooine.
Tunisia, bro.
That's funny.
And
That's amazing.
they actually shot the movie in the village of Tatooine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see if I
You
can.
still have you can still visit the thing there.
Yeah. Let's see if I get popular culture. There you go. Star Wars Tatooine's name became worldwide when George Lucas. X Files Tatooine. Interesting. It appears in X Files as well.
Yeah, X Files is such a good series, bro. Everything is in X Files.
Yeah, this makes so much sense, man. Interesting. So George Lucas was also aware of like the Muslim
Yeah, it's just like
connections and things like that.
June, and how the author of June went to Tunisia too.
Hmm.
You know, the June author was he took this the whole Messiah shit from the people, the North African people which were believing in the Mahdi.
Hmm.
this. That's why.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, you know.
interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, so I definitely think there's something. So I was telling you about this thing how in the front line on the coastline you have the military, you have the simple, the you have the military people, the pirates, the merchants, let's say the adventurers. On you have the farmers and stuff on the mountains, and you have the wanted guys, the elites in the deserts.
Yeah. Um. Damn, that's a big lake you've got there.
Yeah, never knew about it.
This one? You didn't know?
Never went to Tunisia, bro.
Ah, that's Tunisia, of course. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, but that's yeah, Carthago is just right here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carthage. Yeah, it's an interesting. It's an interesting topic, man. There's so much. Like, there's so much. Like, there's. Uh,
And I'm reading a novel from a French academician who lived in the Villa Romana, you know, on top of Rome,
mm,
because they welcome French academician there. And
mm,
this guy is I'm reading his novel, and he's a Algerian author,
mm,
and he's French academician, and he lived in Algiers, and he in his movie, in his novel, it's a novel. It's the seventh, you know, sleeper of the cave, who 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 is on the boat. He just woke up, and he's like waking up with the dog. You know the story of the seven sleepers with their dog.
I'm. Well, I think you told it to me before, but I'm not sure if I remember.
Yeah, it's a Quranic and a Christian story. It's
Oh yeah,
both.
yeah,
It's
yeah. With
shared.
those martyrs that were closed into the mountain, right?
Yeah, and in the
You know
Quran,
what's
it's like the.
funny?
the-
Like
Hmm?
the Turks have a similar story, and it's not
Yeah,
about
because
seven
it's in the
sleepers,
Quran.
but
It's Surah
no, no, no.
the.
Wait, wait. No, I mean something different. I mean in their like the Turks have their own creation myth, which is allegedly, you know,
Ah,
it's allegedly like the whole tyrannic. So it's like
ah.
Mongolian origins and things like that, where they
Because
claim where they
yeah, what?
say how like there are tribes like those Turkic peoples were closed off into the Caucasus by a foreign general, Dulkarnain, who, you know, he put them into those. He closed. He how do you say? He imprisoned them in the
Oh
mountain,
my fucking god!
and they
Uh,
were freed by the wolf totem of the Turkic people, who found a way through the mountains, and with the help of a
yeah, you know
blacksmith
that's
who
why all
broke
the Muslim
the
that's
iron
why all the
gates.
Muslim that's why all the Muslims and all the Muslims say they are Gog Magog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because Zulkarnain, he just puts Gog Magog into those walls
Mm,
in the Quran. It's the story of the Quran. Zulkarnain,
I know. Yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah. But it's not
is
just in the Quran, but yeah, you're right.
yeah, but in the Quran you have Zulkarnain traveling, and you want me to go read it? You want me to read it?
Oh, sure,
Or
sure. Why not? We could do that.
yeah, let's go. Because Gog Magog has only two references in the Quran, you know, so it's Surah 27, I guess. Let me see.
I also
Yeah,
have.
Surah
Did I show you my Greek copy of the
you Greek.
Quran? I have a Greek version as well.
Oh,
This one
yeah.
is monolingual, but I thought I'd get this one as well to help me read it more easily.
I don't know if you showed me, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
It's.
remember.
Oh wait. I can. I keep forgetting to share the screen on or share my. Wait, why isn't it showing? It's not showing my webcam. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. But yeah, I have a Greek copy as well. It seems pretty well done, I guess. I'm not sure how reliable it is, but it's written by the translation is written by a woman who's done translations of philosophical works and stuff as well. So I think it's a pretty serious translation, to be honest. It's a pretty nice edition too. But yeah, Dulkarnain is
Yeah,
definitely an interesting topic, in my opinion.
yeah, bro. Can I call you back in a few minutes, bro? I have to do some.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. See you in a minute.